G'day, I'm Nick Samios, Liberal Democrats candidate for the federal seat of Berowra. Welcome to the Berowra Express. Today my guest is Victor Tey, the Lib Dems candidate for Werriwa. Coming off the back of the Novak Djokovic and Andrew Bogut controversies this week, we're going to focus on the Lib Dems policy of free speech. The opening words of that policy, as they appear in our wonderful Freedom Manifesto, go like this: freedom of speech is fundamental in a democratic society. The free exchange of ideas and opinions allows these ideas and opinions to be tested, with the more robust being accepted. Speech that is agreeable and popular is protected by default. The most important function of free speech is to protect unpopular speech. Continued government attacks on free speech because it's offensive or hate speech simply shrink the window of available opinion and set a precedent for further, even more puritanical censorship. This is awful for democracy and the pursuit of a free society. Victor, we've only got a few minutes before the train pulls out of the station. What do you know?
Hey Nick, how you doing? Thanks for having me on.
No worries. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been busy just getting signs outside, supporters' houses, getting in contact with volunteers who are helping me to letterbox. So I've been spending a bit of time, getting the maps ready in order to get people out there and get our flyers out into the hands of residents.
Getting ready for battle. Okay,
That's
listen,
it, yeah. Thank you.
this week, free speech has been a really hot topic. We had this Novak Djokovic situation where people were saying that the real reason he was booted out of Australia was free speech. And we also had Andrew Bogut, who got into some trouble with Victorian authorities about some of the things that he had to say lately. I thought it'd be good to get you on because people say that my electorate, Berowra, is the old Bible Belt, and your electorate is what they call in the heart of the new Bible Belt. And I was wondering, what do you think about free speech and how it affects people of all faith?
Oh yeah, free speech is definitely very important. I think it's very important to religious people as well, because they do, believe generally in holy scriptures, and that they're not just opinion, that they are, the word of God. And we all remember, what happened to Israel Folau, who got into a lot of heat for effectively quoting a Bible verse. And now we have the Novak Djokovic situation, sort of him falling foul of public opinion and being labeled an anti-vaxxer. So it wasn't kicked out of the country because of his medical status or not having a medical exemption. It was his opinion. So, there is a high, contingent of religious people out in Western Sydney. So I think it's very important to them. To be able to express
I have a theory that Morrison won the last election actually based because of a bit of a lot of hidden anger about what happened to Israel Folau. I don't agree with what he said personally, and I wouldn't have said it, but I certainly defend his right to say it, and there's no doubt about that. Listen, we've our party has this wonderful Freedom Manifesto. And as we both know, it's got some wonderful policies in it, including debt and deficit and small business and cheap and reliable energy. And it also has a policy on free speech. I'm going to need my glasses shortly. And it goes into lots of detail. But what I thought we would just take a look at here is a free speech constitutional amendment. That's a policy that we have. Free speech is too important to be left to the whim of politicians. The Liberal Democrats would campaign to add the following to the Australian Constitution. Parliament shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. So that really goes to protests as well as a whole bunch of stuff. So hopefully we'll see a bunch of senators in the next parliament pushing that forward. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's it. And it's not just being able to express a religious belief. It's also just being able to express an opinion that's opposite to the current narrative. And even with that's constitutional amendment, I think what's important is some people might think, well, you know what? I don't go to protests. I don't need to, I'm not a loudmouth. I don't need to to speak out. But it's not just about being able to speak out and go to protests. It's also just being able to openly hold to beliefs and gather with others that also hold to those beliefs without government interference. because we see in COVID, I mean, you weren't even allowed to go to church. You weren't even allowed to go and meet with like-minded believers. And the government has no right to stop those sorts of things. So it's not just about being able to speak out. It's about being able to hold to those beliefs and be able to gather with people who are like-minded with those beliefs as well.
Yeah, I think it's. I think certainly a lot of religious people have felt under siege, but it's not just that. As you say, it's okay. We may want to attend protests about COVID, and people might think that we're lunatics for wanting to do that. But wait until there is something that they are passionate about, and they're going to be grateful for the fact that that hopefully we've opened the way, and hopefully that these amendments that the Liberal Democrats would want to see legislated, set them free and give them the ability to protest when it suits them. Listen, what are you up to on the weekend? Are you protesting?
I am actually. So just as well we talk about this, I will be going to the Worldwide Freedom Rally in Strathfield. So hopefully we see you there.
Fantastic. Well, not only will you see me there, but we've got a barbecue at 10 o'clock at Beecroft. We have our Liberty barbecues around the Berowra electorate, and this week we're going to be at Beecroft. We're going to start at 10 o'clock, and there's going to be plenty of time to have a snag, a bit of bread and a coffee, and to catch the train and to be at Strathfield in time. So thank you very much, Victor. Well, I'll see you on Saturday.
All right, great. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for joining us. Cheers.
See ya.